Hi everyone, welcome to Salesforce Textbook. Today we are going to discuss the topic is how we can achieve drag and drop functionality in Lightning Web Component. Before we are going to start the session, please stay healthy, stay safe. Please go through the WHO website for latest information on COVID-19 outbreak. So what we are going to discuss here? We are going to discuss how we can make a component as draggable and how we can handle the actions for particular events when you drag the element and when you drop that element into drop location. These are all the things we are going to discuss. See here, to make an element draggable, you just need to use an attribute draggable on your component. Okay, that means you have to set draggable attribute in your tag as true. Then that component becomes draggable. Okay, now when you drag on drag start, there is an event like on click on change events. We have on drag start, on drop, on drag over. So these are all the events you have to know on this. So on drag start, that means it's an event which fires when you start dragging. Then you can write your handler what has to happen. Okay, see here, it fires when the user starts dragging off an object or element. Okay, which is draggable. Now on drop, when you are going to drop, this drop event is fired on the element where the drop was occurred at the end of the drag operation. Okay, there on this event you can specify your handler or action what has to happen on drop location because it fires. It can fire when drop event, when a drag event occurs or at the end of drag operation. Okay, let me tell you again. On drop event fires on the element where the drop was occurred at the end of the drag operation. Now on drag over, what is this event when it is going to fire? This event is going to fire as mouse is moved over an element when drag is occurring. Okay, this event is fired as the mouse is moved over an element when a drag is occurring. Okay, that means what is the meaning of it? When you drag an element, you are going to use a mouse and over on drop location, then it is going to fire. Okay, now these are all the events and how to set the data on drag. So you just need to use data transfer from event object. Okay, event dot data transfer set data method. Here you have two parameters. One is format, that's a format of your data, and another one is value of your data. Okay, you can give any name here also at the place of format. So here now event dot data transfer get data. Whenever you are going to drop this dragged data, then how can you get the data which is transferred on drag? Okay, by using get data method through data transfer. Now prevent default. What is prevent default? Basically when you use this method, it prevents the browser default handling of the data and it allows your drop drop of your element data, or it allows the transfer of your data. Okay, if you see all these things, do you think these are all related to Lightning Web Component programming model specific? No. These are all general JavaScript, modern JavaScript events and methods. Okay, you just need to use those things and you can achieve the drag and drop functionality. Now you know what kind of events are there on drag, on drop, okay, on drag over, and prevent default method is there, and you know how to transfer data when there is a drag, okay, and how you get the data also, right? Along with that, you know how to make an element as draggable by using draggable attribute. Okay, let's start a practical thing. Let's take two components. One component will have list of accounts, another component will have empty. It's empty. Okay, whenever I drag account record into the drop location where I want to drop, then it gives you account details with the help of our form element. Okay, how it works, how it looks like, I'll tell you practically. Okay, one by one, let's start. Okay, so I have account class, and here to retrieve accounts I'm writing a method okay, get account list where industry not equal to null and annual revenue not equal to null. Okay, save. This is for retrieving the results. It is on Apex class. Now let's wait for saving this method. It's saved successfully. Now let's create Lightning Web Components. Okay, here create Lightning Web Component. I'm giving name as Dragger component. Okay, let's see. So observe carefully. It is very easy to do. Okay, now I have a Dragger component with HTML file and JavaScript file and meta file. Okay, now I want to add some styles also, just like that. It's not related to drag and drop. Okay, I just want to add some styles. Here I'm going to add one more file, new file. So if you see here, Dragger component dot css simply. Then it will add one more file into your Dragger component bundle. Okay, now you have one CSS file, one JS file, one meta file. Okay, CSS file will be useful for defining your styles for your component. Now let's save. Okay, what is this? Oh, mm-hmm. There is the error. Let's see. Dragger component and Dragger component cannot be empty. Here I defined a CSS file, right? It is empty. Whenever you are defining any file, it should not be empty in Lightning component, Lightning Web Component bundle. Okay, that's why you have to fill that file. If you don't need, don't create any file simply. So here I'm going to add a styles here. Now I'm going to save this. So whatever the file you are going to include in your bundle, it should not be empty. That is the meaning of this error. See, we are able to save successfully. Now I have HTML file, JS file and meta file, and I want to expose this component to an app page. So to expose this page, first of all, you have to make is exposed attribute as true and set targets. Now target lightning app page. Let's save this. Okay. Now no HTML, no CSS used. Okay. I just added styles and HTML is there, JS is there. Nothing is there now. All are having basic things. Now I am going to include code. Let's see. Okay. First thing is I have to import accounts method, right? By using import statements from account CLS. After that, I'm going to wire this method by using wire decorator. To use wire, you have to import wire decorator before you are going to use. That's the meaning of it. Now, and I'm going to define an handler or action here. And if you see here, event dot data transfer dot set data, and I'm giving a format like account ID. It is like a variable name, you can say, and to that I'm giving value event target dot data set dot item. From where we are going to get this? We will see that while we are defining something on HTML. Okay, that is template. Let's see. Now save. Now let's go to template. Simply let's take card. So for user interface only, and template for each. If you see, and here if you see accounts.data, data property holds the list of account records here from accounts, as we are wiring the get accounts method, and it is a instance of this account record, every account record, and if there is data, then only this template or this iteration or this list of records will be visible on your template. Now let's go through this. I'll explain this. Now if you see here, I defined a div element with normal classes, that is a CSS classes from SLDS, okay, and key. So basically, as you know, when you are iterating through template with the help of for each, then you should define key element, or you should assign the value for the key attribute to the first element of template. Okay, here the iteration, in the iteration first element is div, so you have to assign key, and I assigned account ID as a key. And if you observe here, draggable is equals true. It is a HTML attribute. It is not specific to Lightning Web Component programming model. Again, I am saying it is normal HTML attribute. Okay, I'm going to provide you a link in the description of this video from HTML also. You can easily uh, understand that it is not specific to Lightning Web Component programming model. It is a HTML attribute, standard HTML attribute. And if you see here, data item account ID. this also not related to Lightning Web Component, but I am using HTML element. Data item account ID. And if you see, this is the event which is going to fire when I try to drag this div element, right? Then what to happen when I drag? That's where I defined a handler, that is handle drag start. Okay. And here I'm transferring this data by using set data. And here, how can I get that account ID? Event.target.dataset.item is this. From this data set you can get the item. If you see here, what is the item here? This is the one, data item. Okay, to access this you have to use just item in JavaScript, not data item. Okay, with this what we have done? We have done an element as draggable, and we are looping through the accounts data. Now simply here I am just taking lightning tile. This is the web component from component reference. Okay, and label is account name, and type equals media, border style. Okay, I am using just standard styles, nothing else. And icon is standard icon, and in body I am giving as account type. Okay, that's it. So let's save this. And this border style is where we are getting from. We are getting this border style class from this class. I already defined border class styles: border radius, background, padding, width and height. Okay, from this file it is taking. So if you see, it is very easy to get the styles from this file. Okay, it's normal styling as we do for HTML from CSS file. That's it. Now we have completed dragger component, right? From where we can drag, and we have completed how to set the data by using set data method through data transfer. Okay. Now let's create an app page. Go to setup. And from where you can create an app page, app builder. Okay, and here new app page. I need app page only. Next, I am giving drag and drop page. Next, now here if you see, okay, I am waiting for custom components here. So what is our custom component name? Dragger. See, I added here. Done. Activate. And I want to add into demo app. Save. See, drag and drop page here. And do we have accounts first of all? Yeah, we have accounts. I think these things don't have industry and annual revenue. That's the thing. And here, let's go to this. Let's remove simply. So I removed where condition, nothing else. Okay. So let me reload this. Yes, if you see, I got all the things, right? There is no type value also. That's why it is empty for now. It is okay. Now I have left component. In left I have one component, drag accounts, and whenever I drag here, then it has to appear in the right hand component, that is drop location. Right now I don't have any drop component. I'm going to create now. So now how can we create drop component and how can we handle the data which is transferred from drag component? So let's see. Simply close this dragger component for now. Create drop component. Okay. Now I have drop component. Let's save this. I successfully saved. Now one HTML, JS and meta. Let's prepare meta first. Is exposed equal true, and let's fix the targets. Target is our app page, right? Lightning double underscore here, app page. Save. Now let's go to drop file. Here I'm going to import few fields in JavaScript. Account name, and industry. Okay. Account.industry. Here I'm importing fields from account object with the help of Salesforce schema module. And that's it. What else we have here? Industry, and if you want phone, you can have phone also. Phone from Salesforce schema. Okay. Phone. That's it. Now I'm going to define a variable fields, name field, industry, and phone. Done. So let's go with like this. Otherwise it is okay. Now what else we have? just to hold account ID using track variable, because I'm going to pass this to form element on HTML page, and then a message, simple static message, drop an account here, and I'm preparing an action. Okay, drop element, and assigning account ID which is transferred through data transfer by using get data. And if you see here, I'm using the same variable name what I assigned there in the drag element. Okay, and it is going to assign it to account ID. But whenever this handler calls, whenever this action invoked from HTML, right? So when it has to call, basically, whenever a drop occurs, whenever drop fires, that means we have an event, right? Event fires whenever an element drops on drop location, right? So we'll see that also. Now, to prevent default browser functionalities, then we have to use prevent method. So once we get this, just I am going to remove this drop an account here message. Okay, and I have one more method, allow drop event. We are going to call this allow drop event on drag over event. Okay, then whenever event fires, it calls this method, then it prevents the default browser, okay, handling of the data. So what is that? So let me show you. This is to prevent the browser default handling of data. Now we have completed JavaScript function, JavaScript file. Now when we have to call these methods, and how can we identify drop and drag over based on the events? So let's see what we are going to do. Let's go to HTML file. Simply, it's very simple. I'm not using anything which is very complex. Okay, I'm going to give you very simple example here. If you see here, lightning card. Okay, icon name is account, standard account icon, and on drop. Okay, on drop. Whenever you drop an element, that fires on drop event, and it invokes drop element method. What is happening in drop element method? We are getting the data which is transferred through dragger component, nothing else, right? And assigning it to account ID. And along with that, on drag over, when you are hovering on drop location, then it is going to call allow drop, right? Then it prevents the browser handling of data, default browser handling of the data. Okay, and it allows the drop of your element, nothing else. Now save. So what I have to do, simply I have to show account record details. I hope you know already, this is the base lightning form, okay, which is built on lightning data service. And if there is account ID, I'm just passing to record ID attribute, and object API name is account, and fields which I prepared in JavaScript. Then it gives you the record detail based on the dragged account ID. Now let's see. Let's go to our page. I'm editing this page. I'm going to add our drop component okay, at right side. Let's see where is our drop component. Simply save, and here see, see, this is how it works. So again, I am refreshing the screen. I'll show you again. See here how it works. Now I have drop an account here. It is empty. Whenever I drop this Salesforce Techbook account to this component, which is the drop location, and it recognize or it can get the data which is transferred through dragger component, right? So what we did basically till now, what we did, we are able to handle or we are able to make an element as draggable using draggable attribute. After that we are we are able to handle an action to transfer the data with the help of on drag start event, and then what we are doing, we are using another events, okay, to handle other actions like on drop event for handling getting the data which is transferred through the dragger component, and allow drop action on allow drop, okay, on, I'll show you the events. I think it will be helpful to you. So if you see here on drop component, on drag over is there, on drag over event we are using allow drop to use prevent default method. That's it. So here what we learned, how to do drag and drop easily in Lightning Web Component. If you observe here, I didn't use anything specific to Lightning Web Component programming model. It is generic methods, generic events in JavaScript, and generic attribute draggable in HTML. This is how you can work with drag and drop functionality in Lightning Web Components. And as you observe here, I'm adding into account ID here. Once you are able to get the data which is transferred, and once you are able to handle the actions based on the events occurring or based on the events firing on your components, you can do anything. Okay, cool. Let me revise once again, then you can understand that. So draggable is an attribute which will be useful for making your element as draggable, and events what we have to use and what all the events will be helpful to achieve this functionality. On drag start, okay, which is going to be fired on dragger element which we made as draggable, and then you can pass data by using set data method, okay. After that on drop, and he is going to fire on drop location when you drop an element, and on drag over it is going to fire when you are doing mouse over on drop location. There you can handle the actions whatever you want. This is how you can work with drag and drop. See here, I like it very much. See, sometimes we always have dream of drag and drop, but we don't understand a lot of concepts. Now it is very simple, you can do it. Try. All the best.